Hello, haven't seen you in a while. All right, so no more gibberish, no more talk. We're going to get straight into this book. For those of you out there who are book lovers and want to know about the memoir by Shari Frankie, The House of My Mother. So guess what? I was not one of those people to sit down and watch this show. Did not even know there was such a show called 8 Passengers on YouTube. Somewhere down the end of the journey, I did hear a story about a little boy being rescued, a social media influencer in big trouble for child abuse. But I didn't delve into it. I guess I just went about living my life. So here's the thing. I saw this book at the store. I'm not supposed to buy books. I'm on a book buying ban, so I can't add to my collection. And I just didn't know if I wanted to read a grim, depressing book. I'm all over the place with my reading these days. But anyways, didn't want to do that until I said, you know what, life is short. Let me see. I love to see what Book of the Month has to offer. Whether I'm on a ban or not, I still take the time to browse it and then hit, pause my subscription for the month. But anyways, this book was there, and when I read a little bit about it, the light bulbs started going off in my head, and I went, now I want to know. Now I need to know this story. So I went ahead and I did order a subscription for the month of, I guess it was March, and or April. I don't know. Life happens so fast. But anyways, Ruby Frankie. She's not a nice individual. She's not cool. I did have to go back and watch some videos, and I, did some exploring with her other channel that she had with Jody Connections, and then apparently you can go and read Ruby Frankie's diary that she kept, while she was raising her children. So here's the story. Here's how it goes. We have Ruby, who grew up in the Church of the Latter-day Saints. And the highest calling for a woman is to be a mom. So Ruby knew all along that that's what she wanted to be. And she wanted to be a darn good mom. So she met a gentleman named Kevin, and it was literally weeks when she proposed, are we going to get married or what? For whatever reason, Kevin went along with it, and they ended up married. And within, I believe it was 6 years, they had 4 children, and they had 6 children in total, plus mommy, daddy, hence 8 passengers. Okay. So by age 2, Shari, the oldest daughter, didn't think, didn't assume, didn't wonder. She knew her mother didn't love her. And by age 5, she knew enough in her head to say, mommy doesn't like me. Mommy is not nice to me. All right, so that's pretty rough to grow up with. All through the children's lives, there was a camera put in their face, because here's how that happened. Shari's dad and Shari's mom, Ruby, Kevin and Ruby, had a large family and not a lot of income. So Ruby's 2 sisters were social media influencers over on YouTube. So Ruby thought, let me give that avenue an explore. And Ruby had a natural talent for business and marketing. And so her channel did rather well. I think it was like a year and a half, and she had 1 million followers, and not long after that, 2 million, and her channel just kept getting bigger and bigger. She would film her daily lives and her strict parenting. Now, some people praised her parenting skills because sometimes children need firmness, guidance, your elders know more than the children know, so, listen to me what I'm telling you. But sometimes Ruby's parental guidance went too far, crossed some lines, and it angered some of her viewers. So, very difficult life to grow up in. And I want to say, for those of you out there who are afraid to read this book because you think that it's going to be too gruesome, I'm here to tell you that it's not. Shari Franke wrote this book in such an eloquent, if it could be, considering the subject matter, intelligent, very, very intelligent, and I would say tactfully skillful way, in so much that she tells you there was abuse going on, there's something not right with this family, but she does it without going into detail. Now, the thing that is admirable about Shari is that, yeah, there are some stories to be told by the siblings, but Shari chose not to take that route, as it is not her story to tell. Should the children want to tell their story down the line, that would be up to them. But Shari didn't want to be like her mother and put that out there if the children weren't willing to have it out there. That's their story. That's their, keepsake. What a keepsake, man, right? But that is theirs to own and do with it what they will. Not somebody else's privilege or obligation to tell the world what went on. Let those who want it out there speak their piece. So I have to say I commend Shari for that. Shari told her story, but there's no explicit detail, like I said. So you don't have to feel uncomfortable reading this. There's another relationship that Shari found herself in that was less than desirable. It was actually toxic. And now she found herself maneuvering through two toxic relationships, one with both of her parents and one with an older gentleman. But like I said, she's very careful to leave certain details out. You just use your imagination. And I did see a video where Ruby was disciplining her child, but she said, "You only saw what I wanted you to see. All the strict discipline takes place off a camera." And that really struck a note with me. Made me think she's a creep, and I would not entertain her channel. I wouldn't give her the time of day. She would not be allowed to occupy any of my time by having me sit there and watch her life unfold on television because of how she parents. No. But anyways, it's a fabulous book. It is a book that I will look at as I pass by my shelf or as I'm perusing what to read next. Should I come across this book, I would definitely say that was a dang good book. That was a dang good book for sure. Books can be great because they make you happy, or they're thought-provoking, or they're they help you along your path with growth and becoming the person you were meant to be. So books can be a lot of things and reveal themselves to be favorites and very good books, no matter what the topic. A book on World War II could be a very good book. One of my favorite books is The Choice by Eva, I forget her last name, but anyways, horrible subject matter, very good book. These are the stories that we tell as human beings. These are the stories of our lives. And, when you've lived a life, good or bad, take it for what it is, right? When you lived to tell your story and put it out there in the world, it's very commendable. Not everything in life is desirable, good things come from bad things, you know, and bad things could be good. Anyways, should you read this book, The House of My Mother? Yes, this is a rabbit hole book. You're going to read this book. I went in it blindly, not knowing very much about this family or this girl, but I found myself exploring other avenues. What did these videos look like? What was Ruby's demeanor? Condescending. Ooh, is she condescending? She's a horrible human being. You know what? I think she's exactly where she belongs. And when the time comes she did get 4 to 30 years. When the time comes for maybe her early release, if I was in that area, I would be one of those people standing outside making sure that did not happen. She does not deserve to be out amongst us. She is exactly where she belongs. I hope these children heal, and I hope these children live their best life. Shari seems to be doing pretty good for herself. I hope the other children do just as well. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. Now, I must tell you that I love you and give you some words of wisdom. A dead battery can't charge a dead battery. Get away from those people who don't charge your spirit when you need a jump. Toodles!